live with it. Just go live with it.
We're already coming in.
Can't be fried.
That's what he's doing. Periscope. America's best talk radio. Run loud, relegated to camera duty. Hi, Janelle. How you doing? Look at that. Is that Candy? Hyandi? Hey, Demi Yassar, 46 just done. Janelle is good.
Five.
Awesome.
Alex She just joined.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, mic's not high. Hey, what's going on, Gary? What you got?
See what happened.
Hey, kill that music in the background there for a minute, man. We down, huh? Talking to man. Got your mics up now? Mics ready?
Oh, yeah, ready to rock.
Oh, yeah. We got this complaint from Columbia. Not Columbia, South Carolina, but Bogota, Columbia, where they say they can't hear us. So we was concentrating on getting the Periscope right. So, hey, I want to go ahead and send a shout out to the people down in Bogota, Columbia. We hear you. We hear your complaints. We hear your concerns. We're right here for you, working for the American people. That's what we're about. We got Arthur Jordan Muhammad up in here, man.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
Doing good, brother. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine, man. You know, we are here together as brothers here for Carter High School, man. You doing all good, man.
Trying to, brother. Just trying to get this story out.
I understand. I also would like to send a special hello to Brother Minister Robert Muhammad down in Houston, who sends his respect and his regards. I just saw from the Twitter feed that he was periscoping and checking us out.
Thanks for the light.
So hey, man, we got a lot of people we know.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people we know. One of the people that we knew back in the day, from Carter High School, our coach over there, Coach Freddie James.
Man, great coach, great father, great teacher.
Is it Rainmaker?
And matter of fact, I had the privilege, Coach James to view the final cuts of the movie, and for me to get his blessings and to say, great job, that's sufficient for me, brother.
Cool. I saw the clip earlier regarding. Coach James giving his blessing, and he said that the story was pretty factual. And you got real story, as in R-E-E-L, and then you also have real story, as in R-E-A-L. And you know, this story right here, the real story, you couldn't have made this up.
Right, and most people, when they hear about the story, if it wasn't true, they wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't know that, man, y'all had to make that up. But no, it's a true story, and we tried to keep it, straight, actual facts from the beginning to the end.
From the beginning to the end. So you played football at Carter?
Yeah, I was actually a junior that particular year when this incident took place. So, and unfortunately, I played behind Marcus Grant my junior year, so I didn't see too much playing time. Marcus Grant was a great receiver who went on and played for Houston and the Atlanta Falcons for a little while.
Now, how many people came out of that graduating class, or rather, shall I say, yes, that graduating class? How many people came out of that graduating class that actually went pro?
Well, pro in some capacity, about 7 or 8, that went, either Canadian football or arena football or the NFL. But then you had juniors and sophomores on that team that also went pro, their year.
How many came out with them?
We had, like on my team, we had Clifton Abraham.
Right.
He went to Florida State and went on and played for, I think, Chicago. We had Darius Smith. You had, it was a few of them.
Wow, that's pretty good. It's pretty impressive. Do you think that team was the best team ever assembled?
I know that team was the best team.
Oh, look at you, man. You know that it was.
I did.
It's Jesse Armstead on the team, too.
Yeah, Jesse Armstead. I mean, so, and then you got to think, not just those guys that we're talking about, but it was a few that unfortunately didn't have the opportunity to play pro that would have easily went on and played pro. So how many high schools can say they had that many players from that many, from one team to play professional football.
Right, right. You know, not a couple years back, a couple of interviews earlier, we had Reggie DuPont, and he graduated from the same school. We graduated from Southern Methodist University. You played ball at SMU?
I played at SMU. Yes,
right.
sir.
So that's another pony up, you know. Send it a shout out as always. We're going to go ahead and put that out on Twitter as well. So we need to go ahead and put that on Twitter since we got two SMU folks in here talking about sports and everything. But Reggie was saying, and we were talking about another Carter High School individual that played ball. This is before you guys played, about 10 years before you guys played. His name was Charles Wagner. And Charles Wagner started at SMU ahead of Eric Dickerson.
What's up, OC?
Did you know that?
Thanks for
That name
joining.
sounds very familiar.
So next time you talk to Coach James, ask him about Wag. So Wag, a little bit of history here. Wag was playing football and got hurt with Texas A&M, playing Texas A&M on a kickoff return. Wasn't supposed to be in there. You don't put your starter in there like that. But Coach Meyer had him in there. And as a result of that, he broke his neck. And when he broke his neck, he couldn't play no more. And Eric Dickerson was second string. Eric came in, and the rest, you know, is history.
Right.
So, you know, I was looking at the trailers, and destiny is about chance.
Yeah, right. It's not a matter of choice, but a matter, not a matter of chance, but a matter of choice.
Choice, right.
And that is funny you said that, because I'm going to tell this little quick story about Greg Hill, who actually played, he came back our senior year. And Greg Hill ended up playing, he played running back.
Right.
And went to Texas A&M.
Right.
And went on and played professional football for Kansas.
Right.
Well, our freshman year, I started at running back in front of Greg. But I had asthma really bad. So like the first 2 carries against Madison, it's like I broke, man, like 60 yards, asthma attack, and then broke again, asthma attack. And my coach said, we're not gonna be able to do this. And that's how I moved to flanker. And so Greg, started at running back from that point on. And Greg, he actually brought that to my attention maybe a few months ago. So, like you said, destiny not a matter of chance, but a matter of choice.
Yeah.
Right.
You can flip it either way.
Either way.
Either way.
Right.
Sometimes destiny happens by chance.
Right.
In a particular situation, you didn't have asthma, he would have been started.
Right. Right.
Eric Dickerson, if Wagner hadn't broke his neck, he would have been started.
But but just to add to that, Eric Dickerson had to have the ability.
Oh, he's good anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Gonna,
so
yeah.
Greg had the ability.
Yeah.
Greg probably should have been back there anyway.
Right. But it's the destiny.
Right. It's the destiny.
You can't do anything about that. Now, where I lived at, off of Polk Street, my brother was telling me one day, he was saying, hey, I can run real fast. I can run real fast. And I said, oh yeah, right. He's a little younger, about 6 years younger. I'm like, whatever, I ain't worried about you running real fast. He said, well, I'm gonna race against this guy. This guy right here is real fast too. And I said, well, okay, you're gonna race against him. What's his name? Mike. I said, okay. All right, so let me go ahead and I called him out, the mark and everything. Right. My brother was faster than Mike. He was faster than Michael Johnson that day.
Right.
But he couldn't be faster than Michael Johnson any other time. So that's where we're at on that, man. This is the deal in which we talk about. It's about destiny. So tell me, how did you get involved in doing this movie, and why did you want to do it?
Well, I actually wrote the script, and I wrote the script like 13, maybe about 13. Actually, the final script, maybe about 13 years ago. Then we went through a few revisions. And during that time period, we've always stand around and talk about how, man, somebody can make a movie about this. It was like just the things that was going on. It was like it was so unreal and surreal that we felt someone should make a movie about this. So I wrote the script, years ago, and we continue to. I continue to make other movies, because the budget. I would have someone say they want to do a budget, put up money for it, and it will follow through. Someone else wanted to put up money for it, it would follow through. So eventually, made movies, other movies, and me and Greg Ellis, former Cowboy football player.
Cowboys.
Yes, sir. He, he has a production company and decided he wanted to do a movie. And so we tossed around some ideas, and eventually he got a hold of the Carter House story. I didn't even present it to Greg because the budget that I felt like it needed, I didn't think we was trying to go that route. So I thought we were just trying to do a little low budget film. But Greg got this story and he said, how about we do the Carter movie? And I said, yo, brother, the Carter movie is not a little movie, in my opinion. That's something that needs to be done right. And he assured me that once we got started, he was going to finish it. And the brother never has given me his word and not kept it. So I said, well, let's do it.
Now you got
That's awesome.
Charles S. Dutton, David Banner, and Vivica A. Fox.
Yes.
Now tell me this. Charles done all right.
But
Come on, Strip.
Vivica A. Fox, man, how do I get in the premiere of that?
How come you ain't call your boy up, man?
You know, I like Vivica A. Fox.
A lot of people like you, Fox.
Hey,
That's why we got it.
that's right.
That's right.
So you had to stay in the line, right?
Right. So yeah, we have a great cast, man, and not just Vivica and Charles Dunn, David Banner, Reginald Hayes from Girlfriend. And then we have some young stars and stuff coming up. That's also. And then we of course we shot it here in Dallas, in Fort Worth. So we use a lot of local people. We shot in areas that we can shoot in. That when people see it, that can remember
You'll
that
know that
time.
it's Dallas.
Right.
It's gonna be like a situation where you watch a movie and you're gonna, that ain't even no Dallas.
Right. Right.
Right here, you're gonna oh, wait a minute.
Went to like a fish spot.
He went to Redberry Mall.
Right.
They say, okay, we went to the shopping center up there where they had the Brahms ice cream.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what you do. Pope Cam Wisdom, you know.
That's right.
That's what you do. Oh, that's Pope Cam Wisdom. I know where that's at.
Right.
Yeah. So that's pretty tight, man. It's pretty tight. John, you remember him? You remember John? Brother, you remember John?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
New York Yankee.
I think he was in it too.
Oh yeah. John actually came in at the last minute. He played like a scout, for.
Oh, he good at playing scouts.
Right. So yeah, we can get John to stop talking.
Well, that's job. That's a job.
But he did a great job, man, for the little part that he did. Excellent.
John got a movie coming out soon too.
Yes, sir. Baseball thing.
Yeah. Got a movie coming out, man. Looking up with all these people in the movie industry. I need to get back in movies too, because everybody knows my classic. Where I played the chief preacher, Texas Voodoo Zombies. Hey, that's it, man. That movie, that was it, man. That was it.
Well, you did a great job.
Thank you, I appreciate that. That was my fan club right there.
That's right.
That was my fan club. And I also did a little bit part. You have the real story, RREL, which is the movie filmatization. Gary Evans had the documentary. I remember this documentary. So that we got a lot of stuff going on with Carter, man.
Oh yeah, it's a huge story. I mean, back when everything took place, it was on CNN. I got a friend that's in the film business. That when he moved up here, he was telling me about the story. He's from New York, So the story was that big.
Carter High School.
Right.
Yeah. Now how old are you, man?
26.
26.
Yeah.
How many years ago was this?
This is 25 years ago.
It's at 88. I was here.
Yeah. So this is the whole deal, man. This was the best school. Well, obviously.
Oh, my Lord.
Are you going to give me some facts? Or
This is
you
just
gonna
high
I gave
school.
you
The
facts.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
best thug high school.
I gave you facts. Whether or not you choose
Are they
what to
Commish
do,
facts?
this one is your business.
Best thug high
But this
school
was
in the Midwest.
inarguably one of the best football teams ever seen. Period. And we ran, and I say we because you called it, you called.
Right.
We ran across a couple of challenges that we had, and a lot of the challenges that we had was just you being you, and get caught up. We made wrong decisions and wrong choices. But in this whole particular situation, man, what they had to go through, and I remember, man, I was like, your age, 26, 27 years old, they was doing what they was doing, man. When they was playing ball, we moved out here to Arlington, man. I was so happy, man. I said, hey, high school, my album, we kicking. And it was a good time, man. We ran up the score. Hey, back then, What's my man's name who did